All right, let's get right into it. If you've ever made anything at all, and put it out there online, you know who I'm talking about. The anonymous commenters, the critics, the keyboard warriors. So today, we're going to unmask these so-called basement creatures and really get into the psychology behind the screen.
You know, it all starts with this simple but really powerful invitation. It's a challenge, isn't it? A call for that critic to step out of the shadows and into the light. So the real question is, why do they almost never take you up on it?
And this lyric, man, it just perfectly nails the core tension, right? There's this massive disconnect between the kind of courage it takes to actually be on a stage and the kind of bravery it takes to type something when you're anonymous. You've got two completely different worlds clashing.
So let's actually break down the anatomy of this whole confrontation. Think about it like this. It's all about physical space. The creator is up here, totally visible, totally exposed. And the critic, they're down there, hidden away, remote. What's so fascinating here is when you look at the verbs, the action words. Up here, it's all about action and presence. Stage live, we shine. The energy is poised, it's in control, skyline calm. But down there, the actions are totally different. They're passive or reactive. You reboot, you stare, and the courage is conditional. It's basement bold. One world is all about creating, the other is just about observing.
Okay, to really get a handle on this, let's stop talking in abstracts. Let's get specific. Let's actually give a face to the faceless and meet the archetypes of these online critics, our basement creatures.
So first up, we have the keyboard phantom and his alias at below the stage. I mean, that says it all, doesn't it? It captures his entire worldview. He's always looking up from this place of, well, perceived inferiority. But the key, the part you really got to pay attention to, is his origin, buffered into existence from resentment towards the spotlight. See, this isn't just about having a different opinion. No. This is a whole identity built around feeling hostile towards someone else's visibility.
So what fuels this guy? Well, he literally feeds on the success of others, the applause he didn't earn, the attention he wants so badly but won't risk anything to get. He's powered by this perfect combo of strong Wi-Fi and weak courage. I mean, come on, that is the perfect recipe for an online critic.
And next up, meet the Echo Siren. Her alias, @soft-but-savage, tells you her whole game, right? It's that passive-aggressive style. And check out her origin. Fermented from being overlooked once. It's not some loud, fiery explosion of jealousy. It's this quiet, slow-burning resentment. This is the critic who masks their envy as just trying to be helpful or offering constructive feedback, which, let's be honest, can be even trickier to deal with.
Okay, so what happens when you actually confront them? Let's play this out, like a little dialogue battle. It kicks off with a simple question from the person on stage. Is this feedback of yours real? As in, are you here? Are you accountable? Or is it just remote?
And here it is, the classic justification. She frames what she's doing not as negativity or envy, but as a service. Somebody has to critique. She's positioning herself as like a quality control expert, not a detractor.
Now, this comeback from the performer, this is absolutely brilliant. It's so important. When she accuses them of thinking they're flawless, the response isn't, yeah, I am perfect. It's, no, just fearless. And bam, the entire conversation just shifted. It's not about being perfect anymore. It's about being brave enough to show up, imperfections and all. And this is the final checkmate. If you got smoke, take the stairs. It's the ultimate mic drop. It's a direct invitation to bring that exact same critical energy out of the comments and up onto the stage. And it exposes their core weakness, because you know what? They're not going to do it.
Okay, so these characters are fun, they're vivid, but they're metaphors, right? So what are we really talking about here, psychologically? Let's go ahead and peel back the mask.
What we're unmasking here is something we're going to call the subterranean ego. Think of it as this psychological archetype that lives down below the surface, in the basement of our motivations. And here's the absolute heart of it. The subterranean ego feels threatened by other people's confidence. It's operating under this delusion that criticizing is the same thing as participating. It's the part of us that finds it so much easier to be a commentator from the sidelines than a contributor on the field. So this whole thing really stands on 4 key pillars, and it's worth taking a second to really break these down. First up, performance avoidance. That's just wanting the recognition without any of the vulnerability. It's wanting the trophy without ever stepping into the arena. Second, projected insecurity. This is classic psychology 101. You attack someone else's confidence to make your own fear feel a little bit better. Then there's the envy-admiration duality, that weird toxic mix where you hate someone for doing the very thing you secretly wish you could do. And finally, it's all wrapped up in safe aggression, that special kind of keyboard courage that only exists when there are zero real-world consequences.
All right, so if we know what this is, we have to ask the bigger question, why? Why do they really do this? And the answer isn't just malice. It's actually something much more human than that. It's a deep, deep fear of exposure.
And listen, if you take one thing away from this whole explainer, let it be this. The basement creature, this subterranean ego, it is not a villain, it is not evil, it is simply afraid. And once you really get that, you can shift your whole perspective from anger to a place of empowerment.
And what exactly is it afraid of? Well, it's this really specific, very human things. Your voice cracking during a presentation, being seen when you're not perfect, failing where everyone can watch. At its core, it's a fear of the vulnerability that comes with hitting that raise hand button and actually speaking up.
Okay, so now that we understand all of this, how do you, as the creator, flip the script? How do you reclaim the power in this dynamic?
And this quote just lays it out so perfectly. Their entire existence, all that commentary, all that criticism, it's just a shadow. And here's the thing about shadows. They literally cannot exist without a light source. You are the light. Their activity is nothing more than a reaction to your action.
And that brings us to this incredibly powerful idea. You can actually start to see their negativity as a weird kind of metric. Think about it. Their engagement, even when it's critical, is proof that your light is reaching them. The louder they type, the brighter you're shining.
So we come full circle, right back to where we started. But now, we get it. We have a totally new level of understanding and confidence. The challenge isn't just a simple come upstairs anymore. It's a statement of fact. You are already up here, breathing the air on stage. So if they really want to engage, they've got to do more than just type. Next time they've got smoke, they better bring lungs.